Hello everyone, and welcome back to Out of War. So I've been asked by a couple people in the recent times to make a little longer video, so I'm going to probably dig for like an hour on this one, then I'm going to paint that roof, and then I'm going to do a jump cut to let all the material process through. And we're going to go the same route this time that we did last time. We're going to fill up one hopper, or one side, then on the next cut we're going to fill up the other side, so on and so forth. And let's go ahead and jump in here. I think I need to move forward. Yeah, let's move forward. Alright, let's go ahead and go with that. Zero that out, and it'll still be hitting in the back. Yeah, still be hitting the back one. Okay. I'll find out right away if it's too far forward and have to move back or not. Because I did move back a little bit when we finished the last cut last time, but it wasn't much, like a quarter of a block, maybe half a block. So this one's probably going to be like I don't know, a block and a half deep. Unless I moved further than I thought I did, then it's going to be like a block deep, but that's okay. It'll work out, I think, in the long run. I did run back after I stopped recording last time and checked the coal back there. There was only 4 stacks in there, so I just moved it over. And all of the coal generators are full. I did a double check on the power too. We're currently running with this setup with all the hoppers and everything at 27,807, and we have up until 29.4 before we have to turn on the 8th generator, and then we'd be up to 33.6. So we have plenty of power still for quite a ways. Not things I have to worry about right now. Yeah, it's gonna be like a block and a half. There, no. I don't know. I think I moved back further than I thought. It's like it'd be like a block cut on this one. Unless I swing it back and then pull forward now. Yeah, I'm gonna do that before we go all the way through this. No reason to waste like a complete bunch of time. In fact, if I can get away with it, I'm just gonna do it right here. Let's swing this over here real quick so we can go forward exactly a block. Come on. Alright, I'll change cameras. I was trying to get away with not doing that, but and hopefully I can get this to work. Little notch here, little notch there, and then when we come back the other way, it'll finish cutting that out. There we go. Now we're doing 2 blocks. So I'm kind of thinking about wrapping this series up and starting a new season. And I'd like some feedback. I said before, I looked at the coal map and I did a lot of explosive testing to look around and see if I could find anything besides coal or dirt. And there's pay dirt in the like main area for the digging. This is off the Max Excavation DLC. There's a new map called Coal Map or something, Coal Country. And but I can only find coal and pay dirt in the pit itself. If I go outside the pit, all I can find is just straight dirt. And I've gone way, way, way down and made tunnels way, way across. Couldn't find anything but just dirt. So I'm thinking that they might have jumped the gun on that map and didn't finish it. It's not like this one where you have, I mean, as far down as I went, I should have hit Elite Solid Rock. Didn't even hit that. I think I went down 100 anfos deep. Couldn't find anything. Or not anfo. Maybe it is anfo. I don't remember now. This is the one that deletes the material. Does not delete. Okay, so it wasn't that one. It was the Dramite. 100 Dramite deep. And all I saw was just the green looking dirt like you see over there all the way down through. It didn't even change colors. It's like what a regular dirt would be. So if anybody else found anything different on that map, let me know, because I have yet to find it, and like I said, I did a lot of blasting trying to find it. So the two maps I'm thinking about doing is either going to be Scandinavia, which is going to be kind of like this map, but with a little more vegetation, or the winter map. And I think if I do the winter map, there's going to be some spots where I'm going to do some tunneling too, because you start out where there's just mountains around you, so it works a whole lot easier and a lot better for doing that. I believe that I might be into the second hopper now. Yeah, I am. Well, sort of. Yeah, it is. It's really weird because it looks like it should be going into the first hopper, but it's not. The graphics are kind of weird on it. So we'll get a little further here and move forward two more and move the discharge chute to the other side. So yeah, if you have any preference on one of those two maps, Scandinavia or the winter map, let me know in the comments, please. Let's see, this is going to be what, episode 55, 56? Probably going to go 4 or 5 more, like end at 60. Alright, got that. Let's move this forward 2 blocks. Start heading back the other way. If I keep it at 2 blocks, it should, for the most part, keep it even on both sides. We will see, though. And I do have quite a few, I still have 10 more hoppers, so we can put down 5 more sets. Oh, machine's getting dirty. I might need to repaint it again. Get all that rust on there. All that rust is only 4.3 hours. Definitely not holding up very well. Just love how it digs in like that. Makes the ground so smooth down below if you do it, you know, not too deep. I mean, obviously you can go a lot deeper going left to right than you can right to left, but trying to keep everything as close to even as possible for the hopper outcome. Because if not, I'll be waiting a whole lot longer on one side than the other. Plus, I will be able to level it out a little bit towards the end if need be. That's what I did last time. I pulled like 80,000 out of one side, put it in the other, and I think it was only like 5 or 10,000 off. So had I pulled more, it would have been 5 or 10,000 the other way. It worked out pretty good. So this is going to be, like I said, about an hour of cutting, and then I'm going to go paint that roof, and then I'll do a jump cut to let all the material finish processing. So I'm not spending here, well, it'll be sitting here for like two hours or so, trying to finish off all that material. I would like to get away from using these wood planks, but every time I do, the front of my bagger wants to dig into the ground, and I'm not quite sure why. If I need to like run a roller in front of it, or shovel tamp it down to keep it flat, to keep it from doing that. I don't know. But so far, every time I've tried it, it's tried to dig down on me, or it tries to be uneven side to side. So like I'm trying to cut it at an angle, which means one side's going to be lower than the other side. This way, I know it's flat. I can just keep digging. And we are going to have a little bit more over here because we had that little cut back coming forward an extra block. So like towards the end here, it's going to be a little bit deeper, but not too bad. Plus, it was on the side, so. We are definitely going to have a lot of material this time, though. I don't really plan on getting out and checking on it, because last time it worked pretty well. And as long as I keep track of those pylons and do it 2 at a time, it should stay fairly even. I gotta figure out how to put like some sort of road down in here though, because getting the fuel truck down in here to fill this thing up when it's empty is not very easy. In fact, I don't think I filled it up last time I used it. I think I just parked it. I did listen to your guys' poll answers too, and I am starting Farming Simulator 25 Survival Challenge. It's going to start next week sometime. So be on the lookout for that one too. Alright, that looks pretty good there, I think. A little further. Alright, back this up, turn that off. Go forward 2 blocks. 1 and 2. Alright, and then we gotta switch this back over here to the other side. And we'll go ahead and start back up. Oddly enough, it's not catching anything at all right now. I mean, yeah, there it's starting to. I was watching the wall. I could see material going through, but it wasn't really cutting anything off the wall. So I've heard some people asking about doing a, I guess, underground mine tunneler. And I think that would be really good for a different map, but using this machine on this map, it just tears through so much material that, I mean, why would I want to go mess around with an underground map, or underground mine? If I do that, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start over experience-wise, start a new company. So there's no money except the 100 grand you start with on hardcore. And of course I could take that out and put it into the company fund, so we start out with 0. But make sure and get like the fast pickaxe, shovel, hammer, and then everything from there has to be earned. So, you know, we had to do a bunch of hand digging to get experience and get some money before we can even start to think about getting equipment to start up. And I think if I do that, I'd want to do that on the Scandinavia map. Because what I can do is, I'll be able to cut down some trees and start up doing the quests. If you go to the quest lines here, you have this Firewatch one. It's not a whole lot of experience, but when you're at level 0 or level 1, it's a lot. And then of course, if you're digging coal, you can start doing this and putting the coal in. So there's ways to get some experience. Obviously, you don't, when you're starting out at lower level, it's not that high either. It's probably like 5,000 or something instead of 35,000. So we're just about out here to the center, and the cut is perfect. Just off of the edge, which is where I want it. 2 blocks is perfect on this thing. And it also keeps a pretty smooth ground down here too. I will at some point probably have to put in more planks today if we dig for an hour, but that's fine, not that big a deal. I keep looking back to make sure my mic is on. I didn't bump the button. I've had a couple of recordings lately that I was so tired I didn't even realize till the end that the mic wasn't working. And one of which I'd already resaved the game, so I couldn't go back and fix it. I just let it run. Told them there was no voice on it. That was in Gold Mine Simulator. Luckily on this one, you have like numerous auto saves, so not that big a deal. I do kind of like how this machine works. Like, it's just smooth. You get a lot of work done in a short amount of time. Like if you were to do a loader with this, it would take 10 times longer. Alright, we got 1 and 2. Start this back up. We do, however, have to switch this to the other side. So on the next cut, we're going to have to hop out and put in some more hoppers. I'll move forward and then put in, like, I think 2 more sets. Should work out good. This is cut 4, so it's taken, I don't know, 5 minutes per cut. A little over 5 minutes, maybe. I was kind of bouncing around talking about other stuff. It's probably about 5 minutes a cut. So, how many do I have there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 14 left, so that's 7 more. So I probably won't have to put in any more planks, per se, to cut for an hour. But I'll definitely have to hop out twice to put in conveyors. Maybe even 3 times. We'll see. So next week I am working an extra shift, but it shouldn't slow down things for videos. Picking up just the one. Plus it's a morning shift, so I should be fine. Do a little bit of recording after work. I'm hoping I get this cut done before the autosave comes in, because it should be coming in pretty quick. I did a little hopping around before I, there it is right there. So yeah, I did a little jumping around checking things before I started recording. I do, however, plan on saving this this series. Like I said, I'm probably going to cut it off around 60 for this this season. But I can always come back to it later on if something new comes up that we want to mess around with, that we need level 70 to get onto and look at. Use it kind of as a testing map, because we have, I think we have 500 million in the bank in the company itself. Plus, I can always just let it run in the background for like one day and get all those rubies and diamonds polished up, so we have extra money that way too. Alright, so let's go ahead and switch this, because we're going to need to move here in a second. I think that looks pretty good right there. Alright, so we're going to go 1, 2, and back here we're going to switch this over to the right. About there. Let's go ahead and toss some hoppers in here real quick. Can we get one more? No, we can't. Okay. Trying to do this as quick as possible. We don't lose a bunch of digging time here. Num num num. It just chews through the ground. I actually played a different game called Giant Machines. I think it was like a 2017 game that was something similar to having a bagger like this, but you couldn't put it into hoppers and conveyors. You had to use dump trucks to have the dump trucks haul it around. Let me tell you, the dump trucks fill it up fast. I mean, I don't care how big they are, it still fills up really fast. Like, I could show you by bringing a 500 down here and see how fast I can fill it up. It's pretty insane. Especially if I'm really trying to like press the issue and make a deep cut. Because like right now we're just kind of cruising along right now, but if we were really pushing it, we could do 2 from right to left and 3 from left to right. That would definitely mess up our conveyors, but I mean, when you're just trying to push material, who cares, right? I really want to repaint this. I'm thinking like a white base with a red trim would look kind of good. In fact, you know what? I want to mess around with that real quick. Let's just go to paint. We're going to go paint. We're going to go one white and two of these reds and two of these reds. I think that's the ones I want. Inventory. So if we go white on here, that's just the base. Okay, so that's not the one I want. I want the arms to be white, so we're going to switch this one here. Take this black out. And then, which red do we want? We want... Oh yeah, they're doubles. Yep, that's the red I want. Alright, so let's put that there. We'll put these two down here too, because why not? And then when the rust goes away from sitting here for a little bit, I think it'll look pretty good. Because the rust does blend away after a while. Do I have a pressure washer? I don't. Okay. That might be part of the problem. It's kind of dirty too. I mean, it's only been running for a little over 4.5 hours, but that was this way, probably from where we are to the end, and then back to here. That's a lot of material dug up in 4.5 hours. And I do have the paint for that roof over there. We're not going to have that much left to do. I think it's, I don't know, 4 or 5 strips. I got most of it done. I think basically if I do like half-hour to hour-long cut sessions across this, we should be pretty close to the end by episode 60. I don't know, it's hard to say. I may have to press the issue a little bit going across and maybe do the left to right's a little deeper when we get towards the end. But I'll also only have to cut up to like basically where the end of that coal is right there, underneath the GPS thing, when it's up over in that section over there, so that'll save us some time too. We're not having to swing all the way over. The next cut we definitely have to swing all the way over, I think. We're really close to it. Alright, so that's pretty close to where we need to be. Let's go ahead and shut this thing down. Move it forward 2 blocks. That's 1. That's 2. And we'll switch this back to the left. And I think if we go grab one of these, put that in here, click 8, it'll clean this thing right up. I could be wrong too. It doesn't look like it's cleaned up very well. Yeah, I guess it's starting to. There, that looks much better. Nice and clean. Alright, let's go ahead and get this thing going back the other way now. So I want to apologize to everybody too. I was feeling a little bit under the weather and just couldn't force myself to do a video for a few days. That's why there was a little gap there. I'm feeling much better now. I got some rest finally. Things are starting to level out from the last 2 months of work. And like I said, I do have one extra shift I'm picking up next week, and then I should be back to normal for probably a month or so. Until people start taking more time off, then we'll see what happens. I get called a lot on those. Look how dirty it got already. I was just pure white just a second ago. Just a little bit of dirt we just dug. That's crazy. I guess it spits out a lot of dust. So yeah, for the choices for the two maps, Scandinavia, I think that would be more of a front loader, tunneler. I really don't think I'll use an excavator much. I just don't have very good control on those. Maybe after I get a set of joysticks or something, I'll try doing some excavator work. But with mouse and keyboard, it's just too difficult. And then the winter map ultimately would be like maybe a open pit mine with using loader, dump truck, and bagger. Kind of hard to do solo. They're using a dump truck and a bagger, so I may figure something else out with that. Maybe some conveyors or something. I mean, elevators to bring the material up out of the pit. But the winter map's definitely a good one for that. You can make a pretty good sized pit on that map. And since you guys know I don't like doing time lapse, I would do part of it off of camera, especially like the flattening out part, because there's quite a bit that needs to be gone across to just basically flatten it out, make it even. I've also been thinking about putting together a multi-series map, or multiplayer map, I should say. Allow some of the subs to come and play, if y'all wanted to. Let me know your thoughts on that too, if you'd be interested in that or not. Alright, let's go ahead and switch back over here. Go ahead and move forward 2 blocks. And switch the conveyor back over. Alright, let's get going again. So I think, yeah, materials going to that. We got one more cut before we have to add more, one more cut after this one before we have to add more hoppers in. But we still have, I think, 6 more, so it's fine. I think if we get to the end of the hoppers, then we'll go ahead and cut it off there. We're at like 36 minutes right now. Yeah, it's amazing how dirty that thing's gotten so quick. I mean, it's only been not even a full cut, and it was completely cleaned. So like I said, as I was talking about the other 2 maps, I'm kind of leaning towards Scandinavia so that I can get away from a little bit of bagger work for a while. I know it slows things down, but there's been quite a few hours in these things. I mean, like, we looked at the ones up there, and we had, what, 17 in 5 hours, and then we got 5 hours here, so we're looking at 27 hours of bagger work on this series, and it's 54 episodes long, I think, or 55 episodes long. You know, so that's basically half the time for this series has been in the bagger. Or moving the bagger. That's a lot. Maybe not half. About a third of the time, because a lot of the episodes go longer than half an hour. And do I have to put hopper? Yeah, I have to put hoppers in on this one or the next one? The next one. Okay. So when we get done with that, it'll be, what, about 45 minutes of cutting? Thereabouts. Yeah, we'll put in like 1, 2 more sets of hoppers and just get them done. I do need to change my angle here since I'm going to be having to move here in a second. Is that iron there? Yeah, it is iron ore. Well, the remnants of iron ore. Kind of a small one there. Now hopefully we get more into pay dirt going across the middle section here. Away from the blaster rocks, we'll have a whole lot more gold coming in over the next couple episodes. It would be nice to like crest over, I don't know, 1 billion total. And I think we have 500 in the bank right now, or in the company. Now let's go ahead and stop right about there. Move forward 2 blocks. Get this switched back over. And we'll go back to cutting now. On the plus side, even though the paint's dirty, there's no more rust on the machine at the moment. I do hope that everybody's enjoying the series. Like I said, to me, it's getting kind of repetitive. There's a couple things I don't do well with, like the excavator and the dozer, so trying to use those implements, I don't know, it doesn't look right. It looks like it's forced, and I do this to have fun. So, if I'm not having fun, why am I doing it? And I like having new content and being able to do new things, but if it's something I don't enjoy doing, it's, like I said, it's going to seem forced, and what's the point in playing and doing that if you're treating it like a job? I do this for fun. I try to entertain people a little bit, show them maybe some tips or tricks they don't know about. I'm continuously learning from other people too. I still watch videos in my spare time if I have it to see if I can learn something from somebody else. As of late, I haven't learned much from out of ore, but I definitely learned how to do the generators or windmills, however you want to do them, with a power input on each one, so you can have more than 5,400 power running on a power pole, which is a great thing to have. No more blowing circuits. If your stuff stops, it's because you ran out of power. Add some more power to it. Continue along. I might have went a little too shallow in the last cut or a little too deep on this one. It looks like it's deeper than normal. Yeah, that's about the same, I guess. It's pretty close. And then, of course, I learned about the having the storages there as a buffer, so that I didn't overload the conveyor line. Now all it's going to do is overload a storage, which we can handle that, no big deal. Running a quad plant. That was something I learned. So I do look at comments, I do read them, I do watch other people. Most of the stuff I've learned recently has been through comments, not by watching other people. So I do thank the loyal viewers and commenters that have helped me out. It's definitely taken the game up a little bit and made me learn a few things that I didn't know, which is very helpful. So after this one, we're going to have to jump out, move forward. Well, move forward, then jump out, add in some more hoppers real quick, and then we can jump back into digging. This one here, it's really hard to, if you're going right to left, how can you see where you're digging and how deep you are? I kind of wish it was either up above, so like it was sitting on top right there behind those two little posts sticking up, or it was actually on the left side, because that's the side you really need to see where the hopper's at. Hey, that right side emptied out. Very interesting. Because that was full just a second ago. Alright, let's go ahead and move forward 2 blocks. Switch this back over to this side. Hop out, put in some more conveyors real quick. Not conveyors, hoppers. And we should be good to go. Should I put it back to blue and black? I don't think I like how much it shows the dirt so badly. And if I put that blue and black back in there, will it show rust again? I can't see. The sun's too bright. Yep, sure enough, it shows rust again. Interesting. I guess because the paint's wore out, it sounded like 13% or something. Well, I wanted to change it, so we're going to leave it the way it was. See how long it takes for that rust to go around the bucket now. Boom, gone. So it looks like we'll get this one done in one more cut. Then we'll have time to go up and do the little bit of painting on the roof. And then I'll do a jump cut until the material's done. And we can go look to see what we got. It's looking like we're going to have more pay dirt, so we might have more gold this time. Well, we'll definitely have more gold because we went twice the distance, but more per time. Like last time we got, a stack and a half per storage. So if we doubled that for the time we spent digging, it should be 3. But I'm thinking we're going to be more like 4.5 range, I think. I could be wrong, though. There still was some solid rock in here. But it's looking like we're getting more into a lot more pay dirt. And the blasted rock's not as thick. I also think I'm going to change how I have the final storage for coal down there. I'm going to have it come down in one row, and then after that one row, it's going to have a sell point after it, so that if it fills up, it'll start overflowing into that sell point. Instead of trying to have to keep an eye on it, I can just let it run. Something I've been thinking about recently, so I don't have to waste my time running back there and checking on it. I believe we're on the right side right now. Yeah, we are. So we'll have one more cut going on the left side. That should have us even, or close to even. So after our next cut, we'll just run up, work on the roof for a few minutes, get that done, and then jump cut it from there. looks pretty good about there. Alright, so 1, 2, right about there. And then switch this back over. And we'll go ahead and start back up. And wait for the autosave. Alright, there we go. So about 5 minutes more cutting. We'll be at 56, 57 minutes in. Somewhere around there. And it's good timing too, because it's getting dark out, so... And these lights, I mean, they're kind of weak. See, there's a beacon on here, right? No, no beacon on here, just lights. But like, that's it for lights. Just those ones that's in the front. A couple off the back. It's kind of a... I mean, let's see what it looks like from inside here. Yeah, that's what you see. That or that. Not much difference really, it just brightens up that white. Which will kind of work out pretty good, because that means we'll have a fresh start for the next episode in the morning time. Because it'll take a little while for this material to run through. Maybe I'll go buy a controller this weekend, or joysticks this weekend, and see if I can make those work for myself. Might change things up completely. I mean, with farming sim, with gold mining simulator, with this game. Oh yeah, the game I was talking about the other day, Construction Store Simulator, I checked it out. It's okay, but basically you're just running a store, stocking shelves. I don't think I will be playing past the demo. Definitely got quite a bit of coal in this one. All the more reason to change that thing up, like I said, and have the storage come in, and then have a sell point after that, so if it overfills, it just sells off that way. Instead of selling it off as we go, get our stockpile built up, and then everything gets sold after that. Unless I need to grab some to fill up the generators, but they were good last time I looked. Oddly enough, the coal generators really don't use that much power. It takes like 500 coal to make it go from 0 to 2,500 on the actual like power usage part. So, and then of course that 2,500 lasts a while, and then it self-fills. Like I went and filled them all up 2 or 3 episodes ago, and I have full stacks except for one, and that one stack's probably only got 500 or 1,000 taken off of it, if that. I mean, it was very minimal. Alright, so I am actually going to check the last couple hoppers here just to get an idea of how long it's going to take. I'm going to get this thing to a full 90 degrees and then back it up just a little bit. Alright, so right about there, turn this thing off, back it up just a little bit. We'll come look at these. Yeah, see this side's already empty on these ones here. Alright, so this one here, 415, that one's 216, 157, 177. We have way more on the left side, I think, 255. And I don't know why, because the cuts were the same. Yeah. We are going to be working for a while. Alright, let's go up and get this paint done. And then I can, the gray light. Then I can do a little bit of a jump cut and get this stuff finished off. And look, it's morning already. Hopefully, I can just jump up there. We'll see. Just like I planned it. Alright, so paint, light gray. Just work along here, get this done real quick. It's the last part of this, the whole parking structure we have to do. I've been putting it off, and why not do it now? There's definitely a few more ships than I thought up here, as you can see. But if I do it by sections of 2, we're close to what I said. I think I said 4 or 5 strips. It looks like there's like 10 strips here. Let's see. That was 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. Yeah. You know, let's just do it this way. We'll just go through and keep clicking. Probably be faster than stop and start and stop and start and moving. And if I have to, I'll come back and do a couple of cleanups if I miss something. Not bad, we only missed one. Well, on that row. Also, remember, when you're doing your builds, try to build everything on grid. That way, no matter where you go, everything matches up. I'm out of paint. Paint. That was light gray. So yeah, try to remember to build on grid. Makes things a whole lot easier. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and finish this off here, and I will see you guys when we have the rest of the material processed through. Hey guys, welcome back. Alright, so I'm going to grab all the stuff out this time that we're going to keep. So we're going to do, real quick, grab this stuff, just so we can kind of see what all we got here. There's a lot more gold than I thought too, as you can see here. There's a lot more everything than what I thought here. Alright, so let's put this back up there. So we're going to sell all that right there. But this stuff's going to go downstairs. I'm going to go ahead and top off real quick here and get some more. I did fill back up the rubies and diamonds, so they're all filled up and ready to go. Alright, we're going to come back up the rest of it. We have no more room. Run down here and get all this stuff put away real quick. So I can put a little bit of ruby here, and the rest are going to go over here. So ruby, 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 ruby. And the diamonds, we're still got tons of diamonds and rubies left. Which is crazy because there's 70 of those and 40 of those. And that would be rubies and diamonds. Alright, silicone. Lithium? Copper. We're starting to get all this stuff stacked back up again. We have a bunch of parts made up too, but since we're running just the bagger, there's no parts breaking, so kind of a waste. I probably should be selling everything, but alright, let's see what else we got in here that we need to take out. Let's just move everything over real quick until we get it up to where we're at one level here. There we go. Steel goes back, gold goes back. Alright, so last couple items here to go down. I can take those down in a minute. We're going to just go ahead and sell this stuff first. So let's go with all the steel. And then we'll get all the gold and silver second. Because we do have a bunch of steel here. Oh, that's silver. Okay, so let's go to sell. And we know that it's 600 or 594. So I'm just going to burn this real quick. We're at 157 currently. Alright, so for an hour's worth of digging, we got 10,000 just in, I'm sorry, 10 million just in steel that we sold off. And then over here, with all this gold, I said we were going to be about 4 per. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I was a little off. We did a 4 3/4. Not bad. Alright, so the gold's 1.5 a piece, and the silver is 1.2 a piece. So let's just go ahead and sell all this off real quick. We were at 157, then 167, and now we're at 183. So that would be 26? Yeah, 26 million. Not bad, not bad. But that's going to do it for this one. I hope everybody enjoyed. If you do, click that like button. It really does help out the channel. And if you have any tips or tricks, questions or concerns, leave them in the comments below. And I will get to them and read them all. I do read all the comments that come in. And I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for stopping by, and hope you have a great day.